The fear of public speaking can undermine your personal and your professional development. So, if you want to take your personal, professional, and business development seriously, you better listen to these 5 tips on how to overcome the fear of public speaking. Hi, my name is Gideon Fumokwai, the story warrior. I grew up in Africa speaking an African language. After college, I had to travel overseas. I've worked in South Africa, in Singapore, in Middle East, in Europe, and in America. And everywhere I've gone, I've always had an accent. And yes, with an accent comes the additional burden of finding a way to express your ideas thoughtfully and eloquently. Thanks to my desire to learn, I've gone the extra mile to learn these 5 tips the hard way. So I want to share with you something that has changed my life professionally and has taken me to well over 20 countries without having to pay the air ticket, to well over 36 states across America without having to pay the air ticket. Why? Because somebody was sponsoring that. And I believe if it could happen to a guy with a weird name and a goofy accent like me, I believe it can happen to you if you are willing to learn. The first tip, if you want to overcome the fear of public speaking, is to prepare. Prepare, prepare, prepare. What do I mean by prepare? Prepare your thoughts, craft your thoughts, write down the flow of what you want to say. Because when you write it down, it becomes very concise. If you don't write it down, you want to wing it, that's a very dangerous attempt. Just the process of writing it down reinforces it. So when you stand up in front of the audience, you resonate confidence, you resonate preparedness, and that reduces the fear, it reduces the nerves. The second tip I want to share with you is the tip of rehearse and repeat. Yes, you heard me right. Rehearse and repeat your material. Yes, you can rehearse and repeat it while you're out jogging, which is something that I've done many times, especially when I'm preparing speeches. Rehearse and repeat. Standing in front of a mirror. Rehearse and repeat. And yes, always make sure you have something to record on so that you can listen to yourself. That's very powerful. It reinforces your memory. Maybe when you're traveling, you're flying, you listen to it. It reinforces your memory. And the more memory you have at the top of your mind, the tip of the tongue, it reduces your nerves when you stand up in front of people because you're not second guessing what you want to say. This is something that you're familiar with. So very important, rehearse and repeat. The third tip I want to share with you is exfoliate the substance of what you want to say. Exfoliate is a word that means peel it off. Peel it off. Just like I've been throwing away the piece of paper that I had in my hand. I am literally exfoliating. So write it out. If possible, write it out in a tiny little index card like this and tear it into 2. So when you start speaking, you start to roll them from the front to the side to back, from the front to the side and to the back. And while you're talking, you're moving your hands gently, and the audience doesn't care that you're slowly removing a paper from the front and putting it to the back. Just like that, that reduces your nerves because on every single point, on every single paper, you have one main point, and all of those pages are numbered. When you do that, it reduces your nerves because you know there's something to fall back to. And sometimes I also put my notepad inside my chest pocket just in case I forget. So we've talked about exfoliate so that you can deliver the substance of your message. Number 4 is power posing. Just before you go to face your audience, do the Wonder Woman pose, facing the mirror. Facing a mirror, stand there for about a minute and pose in different positions, the research tells us it sends a subtle message by virtue of your neural compounds that you are in charge, that you're confident. Your neurons will be fired, that you're in confidence, you're in control of the situation, and that goes a long way in helping your body to be relaxed. Instead of feeling tense and feeling sheepish, you stand bold and tall. That sends a subtle message. So yes, don't forget to do the power poses. And last but not the least, the fifth concept here is, when you speak, look for someone with a smile. Smile, or seek those with a smile and smile back at them. Slowly but surely, your confidence will grow. Do not look for those who are frowning or angry and bitter to be there. Look for someone with a smile and smile back at them, because when you do that, guess what? You are giving yourself permission to enjoy the whole process. And yes, you come through feeling confident. So in summary, when you use the PREPS method, which you prepare, oh yes, you rehearse and repeat, you exfoliate the substances, the ideas that you want to share, and you power pose just before you step to the front. And last but not least, you smile and look at those who smile at you. You would raise your ability to speak in confidence, to speak in front of any group with confidence, with poise, and yes, with a certain amount of pizzazz that says, I know my substance, you had better listen to me. So those are the 5 tips. This is what I call the Story Warriors approach to overcoming the fear of public speaking. Story Warrior, out, peace, and pumpkins.